Well, hello and welcome to the 86th review of Saturday Night Live Season 1. This will be episode 4, the Candace Bergen episode, airing November 8th, 1975. Welcome to take 2 of this. I am Johnny Vintage. Next to me is Halloween Jack. Down below is Mr. Frankie Bay. And
Deja vu.
I was just going to say that. I have a strange feeling of Vuja Day.
Or Groundhog Day, which actually will circle back to an SNL cast member. So there we go.
Someday.
Here we go again. We have Mr. Chevy Chase playing President Ford for the first time. What's your favorite part of this, HJ?
Well, like we had talked about before, it's funny how, now that they do the parodies of political figures, they use a lot of prosthetics, which they didn't. I mean, Chevy Chase comes out and just says he's, President Ford, and you take it for what it is. And I like the thing with the water. Every time he poured the water, he was drinking it from out of the empty cups. And again, to me, later on, the political aspect of Saturday Night Live got a little nasty, but this was just all in good fun. Hey, nuts! Nuts!
I think she's the one that probably
special appearance by Snots.
Well, she
I
may.
know, is that going to be hate speech if I call her Snots? I mean, I don't.
Do you need that? You think you need that? You want that?
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, the only thing about this that I didn't like was I just think the pratfall thing got a little ridiculous. I mean, if he did it once and didn't do it again, that would have been different. But no, but I mean, I liked it. And as usual, him falling down and saying, "Hey, New York, it's Saturday night."
Boy, something that.
Oh, dude, thank you for coming back.
Yeah, thank you for coming back up.
That's right. Something strange tonight.
We don't know what we did, but
yeah.
I agree with the one part of, I love Chevy Chase, even though people say he's kind of a not such a great guy to know and stuff like that because he's kind of a jerk. I don't care. I love his work. But yeah, no prosthetics. You just still see Chevy Chase being goofy, and at least with Aykroyd when he did, Jimmy Carter, as we mentioned in the rehearsal of this episode.
The rehearsal.
But then again, he didn't really do anything either, did he? He just kind of combed his hair that way, and because he had the mustache, which was very offsetting. But anyway.
But if I'm not mistaken, he plays Nixon later in the season, does he not?
Oh, yes,
Aykroyd? Yeah, he does.
Aykroyd does.
Again, no. Did he have a fake nose though?
That's what I'm trying to remember. If he had a prosthetic nose for that,
just a nose, I think.
Yeah.
But Nixon's vocal characteristics are so. I mean, Chevy's just doing Chevy. He's not trying to sound like Ford, But
yeah,
Aykroyd was doing Nixon. I'm sure, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
We've got some good times ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so then we get Candace Bergen comes out, does a slight monologue, and then she has a bee land on her hand.
She's great. First woman host, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
She also, a timepiece mentions of the ERA vote. There was a vote or something like that. And it just kind of marks the time of this episode, which is cool.
I didn't look up to see when that vote took place as to how the difference between that and when this episode aired. It seems like it was pretty recent.
Yes, it seemed like it was.
Here's a terror train coming.
Yeah, it does seem like
it wouldn't be an episode without Terror Train or the Horror Express.
But
getting the advantage of a live show, current events. It's like boom, updated, bang.
And like we mentioned in take 1, Chevy hits Belushi in the back of the head with the paper,
enjoyed that a lot.
Shoot the bee away.
And if you believe what the movie Saturday Night, talked about, that there was some animosity between them. You know, like I said, did he put a lot more into that whack than he should have, or yeah?
And check out our review of Saturday Night. We did a review on it, and
I enjoy that movie.
And I think at the tail end of that, wasn't that when we did our first episode of us? Did we do George Carlin that night?
I think so. Yeah,
I think we did, or somewhere. We'll get them all straight at some point. I hope.
Yes, yes. We did it back to back. We did the first episode and we did the Saturday night review.
Yeah, we're back.
Hey, Eric.
Me too, man.
You're right, we're back.
We're back for now until we stumble.
Until we say something wrong.
We did last time. We don't know. So here we are.
On glass, yeah. Talking on glass.
All right. And if something happens, guys, we will just continue. We're going to plow through this episode and we'll record it.
And it'll be up on YouTube. Don't worry.
We don't know what the deal is, and that's okay. We'll get past it. All right. Now it brings us into the advertisement of the Ambassador Training Institute, where they'll train you to be ambassador for only $300,000.
And like I said, and I'm afraid to mention it again because maybe this is what happened, but there was an engineer who thought this was a real commercial, that it wasn't a parody, and I don't know if he put it in over a local commercial that was supposed to be aired or whatever, but then Lorne Michaels quit like on the spot that night, and then but he came back Tuesday. So, you know, it wasn't
a following Tuesday as he promised.
It wasn't a long exile. And like we said before, it's I mean, I find that kind of weird unless the engineer was really stupid that, you know, none of this was explained beforehand. You would think that every aspect of this show, you know, everybody would have known what was going on, especially an engineer. So, you know, why he didn't know this was a parody and, you know, put it up as a regular commercial, whatever, and, you know, got Lorne Michaels mad. I'm not saying anything more.
Again, it's a new process. They're learning. They're working out their kinks.
Yeah.
And sometimes
but still, you're talking about a live show on network television. You think that would have been like all on point. I mean, I can understand for the first episode, you know, being as we saw on Saturday night, that it was all chaotic and everything. But at this point, 4 episodes in, you would have think they would have gotten it together. But you know,
I wouldn't call that first episode a shit show. I'd call the second episode a shit show. There was no shit about it, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, brings us to our first skit of Dan Aykroyd in a CIA office, where he's in charge of record keeping, where he does a horrible job. And Garrett Moore comes in and wants to know if he's got a file. And, you know, Aykroyd talks him into, you know, to say, well, he's got to be more important than that. And Morris just spouts off a bunch of stuff that he's done. And then, thoughts?
What you go, Frank? Your first thoughts?
File on me as an American citizen. Oh, that's what I wrote. And he tries to fabricate stuff just so he can get access to his file. It was just, it was odd. It was odd. It was as odd as the fact that, you know, Cubby's sister was in the audience watching the show.
And you know where Cubby's from. We discussed this. And no, I didn't watch the original run of the Mickey Mouse Club.
And let's not talk about Anna Funicello. Maybe that's our problem.
I'm not going to mention that.
Yeah.
I mean, but a lot of people watch that show for her, you know.
Yeah.
Especially a young me in syndication. But no, I mean, this, like I said, the funniest part about this was the switching of the Bush pictures. I thought that was kind of weird, but I think it just went too long.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wonder if that's true. I wonder if you go to the CIA and say, "Hey, I need to see my file on me." I wonder if they'll you know, I wonder if they'll show you or they'll tase you and kick you out of the building. So I don't know. That'd be interesting to know. Yeah.
All right. So again, this brings us to we did mention that the ex Mouseketeer Cubby sister in the audience to Jaws 2 Land Shark, which happened
Yes.
heard before the actual Jaws 2 movie came out. Yeah, I think this is their first real skit. I mean, they've had little minor things. Correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much every skit that happened in the prior episodes is fairly short. I mean,
Yeah.
in their runtime. And this one, it had a lot of stuff go on in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of scene switches and breakaways, and it took planning.
Yeah, I think this is where they started to hit their stride.
Mhm.
Who wants to go first on their thoughts on this?
I mean, to me, I mean, this was the first skit that they did that was actually continued on in
You know
other
what?
episodes.
I think I figured it out, Frank and Evan. I think I figured out what the line was we got cut off on.
What?
Coming to, you remember how you come into that line about coming to a party by yourself, and I think you know what I'm talking about. And I say when you come to a party back in the 70s, you're coming by yourself. You're coming STA.
Oh.
I think.
I think that would be a bad one.
I think that's where it
Really?
picked up. They thought I said something. I think something that they
yeah.
thought something else was said.
So what are you telling us, that a moose reported us?
No, a European cigarette.
Yes.
It was interpreted that way.
Really?
That's not what was said.
I think it misheard the word, and I think that's what got us. Look, Eric agrees.
I mean, I would.
Oh my gosh.
I think we nailed it. I actually feel better that we figured this out. I think.
But I feel bad that it thought that. I mean, hopefully it was just that the stupid computer. I'm sorry, we'll get kicked off. Hopefully it was just the filters that thought we said it, nobody else, because that's not what was said.
They just thought they misheard the word, and
that would be very hateful.
They thought it had an F, and when it had an S, and so.
Well, and it's funny thinking about it back though. I was thinking about the end of this when we were talking about Garrett Morris and what denomination he was too. I kind of thought that might have been it too. But
yes, because some people have a
it could be, but I think
that is an FB no.
I think it heard something that we didn't say.
Well, and you know, Eric, if you have a list of FB no-nos, please let us know what they are, because we can't figure it out at this point.
Let's just keep it with the FB no-nos, not the FBI no-nos.
It's making my head spin, thinking of what. And I'm
I
telling
just worry about people.
It's ridiculous having to sit here and think about what can we say and not say. You know, it's
wrongfully offended.
Anyway.
We want to offend you. We want you to know it.
Yeah. If you're offended, it's because we meant to offend you.
Yes. If it's wrongfully offended, we're so sorry. Because gosh, no. But you know, it's kind of good that it's set up that way. It caught something like that.
Yeah.
You know, a little overkill, but that's good. It's good. It's trying to protect people.
Yeah, I'm just happy that we have.
You just keep off the air, Jack. Knock it off.
All right. Well, I know.
Well, then I better not give my thoughts on the musical guest then.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, we got kicked off before. I'm sorry, John. You keep trying to talk and we keep going on.
Okay. The musical guest is right after the Jaws skit. Are we done discussing the Jaws? And
yeah.
Where he says the lines like, you know, I'm only a dolphin. Yeah, it's here to the Atlantic. I'm only a dolphin. And
there's so many good things in that, especially, you know.
Reggae baby.
No, I mean there was a lot of good lines in the Land Shark, and it was funny how, you know, with Lorraine Newman, she was like, "I know what you are. You're the Land Shark," and then she gets pulled in for that stupid, you know, "I'm a dolphin." Yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay.
And I'm hoping we're not offending any dolphins out there, please. I don't. You know,
but the one thing I love about watching these episodes is, you know, Lorraine Newman should get more love than I think she gets.
Oh yeah.
She's fantastic.
Well, I think all the females on there, you know what I mean? And
oh yeah. All right, so now it brings us up to our musical guest, Esther Phillips.
Don't make any goat noises, whatever you're doing. No, and like I said, I mean, the song she did, "What a Difference a Day Makes," was originally, like I said, was a Spanish song
Yeah.
that was interpreted by Dana Washington, and that was her big hit. But then Esther Phillips made a disco version of it, which she did on the show, which became one of her big hits at the time. And it's funny because Esther Phillips goes back a long ways. I mean, I remember hearing music of her, back years ago. And I don't know, my interpretation of her on the show, it was different than what she used to sing.
Yes,
I don't know what it was about
it. By surprise.
Yeah, because that's not the way she used to sing, but.
Yeah, it was.
What was that? Was that an invitation?
Like yours, the flipper sound. I have a buddy that can do that perfectly. That flipper sound.
Well, and one thing that came out in this episode, which I didn't know if this was true or not, was that Candice Bergen said she picked her as a musical guest, and from what I understand, was that the norm going through? That
I think they still do.
That it was the guest who, and it made me wonder because when David Bowie was the musical guest back in '81, or was it '81 or '80? Martin Sheen was the host, and I thought to myself, did Martin Sheen pick David Bowie as the guest? I mean,
why not?
But it makes me wonder if that was the norm starting here going through.
Jack Nicholson picked the Prince for the Batman movie, because he loved Prince music, and
I'm just wondering if that was the norm and if that lasted all the way through. If it was the host that picked him. I mean, we know Belushi picked Fear, it's backfired.
Oh yeah.
But when
the most famous performance we'll never see again.
When Candice Bergen said she picked her, that made me wonder if that was what they did through all those years.
But when the episode where Belushi picked Fear, wouldn't it be? When was that? When did that happen?
Oh my gosh!
After they were off the show, wasn't it?
It's in the first 5 seasons, right? It's got.
Yeah, I thought it was like '78 or something like that.
So really? we should still be able to see that. I mean, unless they didn't put it on the DVD. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see that. Because what irritates me is trying to look at the seasons but from 1980 on, especially on the Peacock, is they cut all the music out.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I hated.
And it's just not music. I know they've cut it's edited. You can tell the different run times on these where they've edited a lot. It just makes me curious, well, what did they cut out?
Well, and to be honest, that's what I liked about was Fridays on Tubi too?
I'd have to check because I would love.
I know I was watching it for a while, and it might have been on Tubi, and they didn't cut out the musical guests on there, so I don't get it. With SNL, unless it was a licensing thing from where they had to get the permission from the musical guests, and I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to show their stuff. It's beyond me.
Well, so we have any thoughts on Esther Phillips' performance other than what we've discussed so far?
No. Like I said, I've heard her in the past, so what this was, I have no idea because
I am trying to picture. I would have been 6 when this episode aired.
You know what? We're picking on her, but that sax player sounded great. I mean, the band.
The music was great.
The band was great.
I agree.
And again, for the time, the way they mic'd that thing, I mean, now they got everything probably separated in different tracks and channels and everything. But then it was like like the very first episode, one microphone, but with Billy Preston. Oh, did he rock it? I think the band was great, and she was great too.
I heard her music back. I mean, she goes back to the 50s.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and stuff like that.
It was just a surprise.
I don't remember it being like that. But
if I was in the audience, I would have laughed and probably gotten thrown out. You're great.
This is the part as a kid I fell asleep, before Dr. Madblood came on because musical guests. there's some that really struck me, and I actually do not remember if I seen this with her, or I just probably changed the channel during the musical guests on.
Mm.
Well, I don't remember the Mickey Mouse Club, but I do remember watching these. So I mean, and to be honest with you, I can't remember what my reaction was to her at the time. Like I said, I heard her music before. You know,
My notation says if a goat could sing. That record, she's got hits, but I just don't get that that little. It just.
I'm jealous. She can do it really good. I mean, she's got great vibrato.
She'd be great on the farm. Anyway,
Stevie Nicks could do that song.
You're changing my life, fella.
All right.
It's okay. Leave it.
Then we get.
Wait, before we get there, let me say, I mean, Yoko Ono popped into my head when
I'm sorry.
I was watching that. To be honest,
I'm sorry we switched feeds. I don't have my Yoko pictures up, but
I'm sorry she popped in your head. Sorry, Yoko.
I'm glad you did that.
All right, so then we get
it's very hard to read when you write red when your light's in red.
Going alas, poor Yurik, and he's reading the lines on the skull, and he drops the skull and breaks the skull, and it transitions into a Polaroid commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And then
with Candace Bergen as a
bee, and then he says, "You look like a wasp," and
yeah, that was
yeah.
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
So then, I want to be careful with the next thing because we had the long distance commercial, and then it's the next best thing to being her, and it's where the
and like I said, that got deleted, I believe. I mean, it's I'm watching this from the first season DVDs like you guys are, and it's on there.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, subsequent showings of this episode, it got bumped off there. So I don't know what changed. I would have think today they would have taken it off, but
And that's why physical media is important.
Yeah, it was the Gay Activist Alliance that objected to it and got it booted from, I think, repeats. But it's, from what I said, I don't know. Is it on your DVDs? I mean, you guys have the DVDs? Yeah, it's still there.
That's why I got it in the notes.
I was waiting to see if you did, because I was going to jump in and say, "Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah, because I don't recall this, because I watched it on Prime and I don't think I saw this.
Oh, so you may have actually seen an edited version of it. Yeah,
I think so. I got the DVD, but I was just watching them on Prime. So
yeah.
So was this on there when you watched it?
No, because I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
It was.
It basically starts out with a young boy being. The mother is dressing him up in dresses and stuff, and then he grows up later on. He's calling his mom and tea parties. They have tea parties together.
Oh, yeah.
He grows up, and
because she wanted a little girl, but she got a little boy instead, and you had to suffer through it.
And so now the little boy's an adult, and he goes shooting. He's calling his mom, and he's going to his partner, and
which is another guy. Yeah.
So. And so that's probably why they pulled it. So I hope we don't get pulled for discussing it. But
and what was the tagline?
It was wait a minute. Long distance. It's the next best thing to being her.
Her instead of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Brings us back to weekend update.
Wow. A lot of firsts here.
And Teddy goes, he's on the phone, he's going, Hallie?
Which I'm sure, was controversial for that time.
Yeah. All right. White House releases new enemies list, and it's the New York phone book.
Well, wait a minute. Don't forget. This is the first time he said, "I'm Chevy Chase and you're not."
And you're not.
Yeah.
He said that.
Egypt's President Sadat visited, and he gave President Ford a crash helmet and knee pads as a gift.
And I like the thing about Ford assassinating himself. That was,
yeah, I did have that down there. Yeah,
and him
They
having
really
knee
rented that
pads.
poor guy.
Yeah.
and Elizabeth Taylor got her own do-it-yourself fur kit.
Oh, yeah.
George Washington had dentures, and he used furniture polish for toothpaste. Yeah, it's not everything's funny here, folks.
Well, and you know what was weird, and I watching this, I forgot that Rockefeller was the vice president at the time. I totally forgot that he was Ford's vice president.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, really? Jeez.
Wow.
Vandals attached arms to the Venus de Milo statue.
That was funny.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Then he gives a live traffic report for multiple places, whatever, blah, blah. Then they reran a commercial.
Yeah, I was thinking, wow, the
arthritis Triopen.
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 I'm almost positive that was in the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
They probably figured, well, it was a hit then, so it'll be a hit again.
Next, you had Candice Bergen playing Catherine Deneuve with Chanel.
With the bottle stuck to the face. Yeah. That was
Yep.
That was cute.
Okay. So then we get to Andy Kaufman.
Oh, wait a minute. What about Jane Curtin?
Did I have Jane Curtin?
Weekend Update. She was the first. She is.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a second.
As a guest, though.
Yeah.
I had editorial reply. Yeah.
Right. She was the first person to be the guest on Weekend Update, and
later to be host.
Well, later to be called Jane, you're ignorant, and I don't want to say it, but we can't say the other word.
Off again.
If we can't say the other word, I don't want to say that either.
We didn't even say the other word. That's the shitty part. We didn't actually say it.
Well, if we can't say STAG, I'm sure we can't say SLUT. So I'm gonna cut it off right there.
Well, we ain't to those episodes yet anyway.
We're idiots, but we're not jerks.
Yeah. So, Andy Kaufman, thoughts on this? Are we still haven't discussed Jane Curtin enough? Do you anything we want to add to the editorial reply?
Oh, I love that part. I loved him making the faces behind her, and her, kept turning around. He had to stop, and they've done that. I mean, they continued that on, didn't they? Right, that was an ongoing thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was good. That was good
until Chevy left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird when we go through that stretch of episodes. So yeah, Andy Kaufman. I think this went way too long.
It did, but I think first time he did the foreign man type of thing, isn't it? Or really did anything with it?
Yeah, which got him locked up on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I felt at least this was different.
Yeah, I would have been pissed if he came out with another song.
With another record. So it was different. And, him doing the bongos and everything. I mean, him going from crying because he thought nobody liked him to, And I looked it up. I mean, that was his comedy act at the time. I mean, that's why Lorne Michaels put him on the show. Because he was doing that at the Improv and places like that. And he was going over big. So,
I liked how the three kids had 2 boys, 1 girl, and they had the biggest cannon, but they didn't have any balls.
Yeah.
What do you think, Frankie?
I was glad it wasn't another record song thing because the Mighty Mouse thing was funny, but then when he did the Pop Goes the Weasel thing, it felt like like we mentioned, he actually said like he was trying to like lightning in a bottle twice. What do you got? I gotta hear it.
I was in the store it was at the antique mall, and somebody was playing one of the wind up
Wind-up
things. It was
toy.
Pop Goes the Weasel, and
Oh,
she's doing it
God.
for a kid. She kept doing it over, and then I found myself going, Pop Goes the Weasel. I shit you not. I found myself, I did, and I went, Pop Goes the Weasel.
Well, that shows part of his brilliance,
Yeah.
the fact that he could subconsciously program us.
Oh no, I mean it was funny, and I mean the thing that attracted Lorne Michaels to him was just that it was, totally, off center, and I haven't looked it up, but I mean, how many episodes was he on? I mean, was it a continuous thing throughout the first season, or?
I think it stopped at some point, but that's an interesting question.
Yeah, just like what's his face's films, those stopped.
Oh, Albert Brooks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember how long Andy Kaufman went on with this.
Let's see.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. When I was watching this as a teen, I wasn't all impressed with any of that, until later on when you realize what a genius Andy Kaufman really was, with this stuff.
Yeah, it seemed like he had a small thing, but he had such a bigger toolbox, and he was just showing us a couple of little tools in the beginning.
How many episodes of Saturday Night Live was Andy Kaufman on?
He's in Fridays too.
15 appearances he's made.
15, really? And
yeah.
Was that all in the first season?
No, they span from October 11th of 75 through 1982.
Wow.
But I wonder how many of them were concurrent. I mean, I wonder how many episodes. Well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on my set. It only tells you the musical guest and the host. So we won't know until we delve deeper into the episodes. All right. So then it pans to the audience, and it says, and it shows somebody. And it says nobody worth mentioning.
That's nice. I thought that was great.
Then we had Candace and Gilda talking, about being feminine, being yourself, the ERA.
Again, the time that this was,
Yeah,
it was very important.
I'm going to check.
Good to be witness. It's captured. It's captured in the
equal rights
archives. Set yourself a more of a softie.
I have one word written here, and I just put weird.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I don't know.
That was weird, but again, they're trying different things.
No, I mean, I can understand what they were pushing in the message there, but I just thought it was weird about her comparing herself to her, saying, I'm not pretty like you. And I don't know. I found it weird.
It almost feels like they needed a filler, or like something happened and they couldn't get the set to work or whatever. It's like, quick, we can't go dead. We're going live. And they just threw the two of them out there and just, I don't know, talk about dating.
It definitely felt odd. And I looked up when was the ERA vote. It said something in March of 72 or something to that effect.
I think it was a vote, though.
I was too young to remember.
And it wasn't a good result because they don't seem happy about it.
I was too young to not care.
You had other things on your mind.
No, wait a minute. I was only 12 at that point. So
I was the youngest, and there were like 3 women in the house, so I cared.
All right, well, I had 2 older
Whether I wanted to or not.
I had 2 older sisters, so I should care. But
yes, dang it.
I don't think they cared about equal rights. Yeah.
All right.
Just when it came to the household stuff, right?
That brings us to the Albert Brooks movie.
Yeah. Not the worst one he did. It was a good attempt.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, this was my favorite up to this point. I mean, I thought the one last time wasn't bad, but I thought this was funny because, being, like I said, I was a child of the media. TV was like everything to me. And this reminded me of those old, promotions when they were, when the new shows came out and everything. I mean, the Black Vet, that was funny.
Could have been edited differently for the format that it's on. Yeah.
And who was it that was in that? His last name was Atkins. He was in The Longest Yard. I mean, the one that was the black vet. I thought it was funny. And in the medical season one, one of the nurses was Lisa Hartman, who ended up playing
Oh yeah,
Sabrina.
yeah.
You know, in the later things. And
Not
Kay Lenz,
standing or something.
and Kay Lenz was in there too. She was
What?
in The Three of Us. She played the second woman. You know. No, I mean, you know, like I said, I mean, I grew up with these kind of promos all the time, so
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
Oh, the concept and everything else was great. I just think they could have edited it better. It seemed like
Yeah.
the flow wasn't there for me. It just.
And then the last thing, the death of a salesman with children. I thought
Yeah,
that was weird. I know, you know, like I said, you know, the one he did last week being the surgeon, I thought was pretty good, and I actually enjoyed this one better than that. So
this was my favorite of what he's done so far. Yeah,
yeah,
and there was a girl in that first medical season one. I swear it looked like Amy Steele. Because
well, that might have been Lisa Hartman.
was that her?
I'm thinking.
Because it looked like the chick was in Friday the 13th Part 2. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And I like the episode Black Vet where he says, "I don't believe in drowning cats unless they come after my wife." So, and then after that, it pans to the audience, and it's Leonard Bernstein's Caterer. Then we get the skit Midnight Probe, where Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi trap Kiwi.
I'll let Frankie talk about that one.
I'm trying to remember it. Oh yes. Here we go.
Didn't they put a sack over Candice Bergen?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of funky.
Yeah, once again, too long. You know.
Mm-hmm. And followed by a mother film phone call, long distance.
Hey, yeah, the Trans-American Airlines.
Okay, I did that because the thing I printed out wasn't in the same sequence for some reason. But yeah, this one, I mean, it's good seeing these two guys together or doing stuff like that. And and then them pulling that stuff. But yeah, the noises, the typical stuff. It was all right.
It wasn't
not the worst one.
It wasn't the worst, but it's not.
Well, and you know, like I said, I think sometimes with Saturday Night Live, the quicker bits, the better. You know, when they run on too long like that one.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when they do those quick in and out bits,
timing,
I think it's better. You know.
So this is what O'Donoghue's last skit, the payphone where he calls up Trans-American Airlines and he says all that.
He was actually pretty good in that. You know, he was fun.
I thought he was pretty good in the stuff he did. You know.
Yeah.
He just seemed like the uncle hanging out with the kids, you know.
Now, the next we get the Muppets.
Oh gosh.
Here's something I noticed on this episode. Okay, I believe they filmed the Muppets ahead of time. All right, because I swear there was canned laughter in this episode.
Really? Because it's not in the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
It was canned laughter. And I believe they filmed these ahead of time. Because if you think about the set that they have to put up and take down if they're doing this live.
Yeah, and that's a small set, you know, stage.
So I check it out. I'm sure they'll be back next week, or you can go back this week. I am positive it was canned laughter in that episode.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I noticed.
They'll be back because they were throughout the whole first season. So
yeah.
they'll be there.
Listen out next week's episode. See if you hear canned laughter. And next week's episode is Robert Klein. Musical guest ABBA and Loudon Wainwright.
Oh, Loudon Wainwright. Loudon Wainwright the third. Yeah.
But ABBA was on that episode too.
So they have two musical guests.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, he was a folk singer. He was all right.
I love me
Yeah,
some
but-
Bob.
Matter of fact, he was on. It was weird. He was on the first season of MASH. And they used to have him on there doing songs. He was like part of, with Hawkeye and Trapper. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Not the worst.
Yeah. I actually, if I remember correct, I liked Robert Klein back in the day. Yeah.
I.
All right.
I
So
would-
next we get Candice Bergen as an investigative reporter where she's talking to the Sheik or whatever.
Oh, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it actually was. And she's trying to goad him into, doing.
At first it seemed like a real interview, and she was all about him, and then all of a sudden she called him a raghead.
Yeah. and Pork Face. She called him Pork Face also.
Lucy was great. His performance, it shows that, how much of a performer he could be.
Oh yeah, and her too. Actually, I mean,
Oh, God,
she
yeah,
was
definitely.
really
Yeah,
good in that.
And after that, it's like coming up next. Did Jane Fonda marry Mr. Right or Mr. Left?
Mr. Left. Oh God.
All right, I like this one. Black perspective.
Garrett and
I'm not saying what she called him. I'm not saying it.
It has something to do
When
with Easter. No.
it was
It has
funny
something to do
though.
with rabbits in the forest.
It was funny though when she's saying, "What would you call me?" and yeah, she came up with that with yeah.
And how did next week the at Black Perspective, next week's guest was Andre Previn.
Previn.
Yeah, Previn. Now here's the thing. SNL has taught me something else because I had to look up who that was, and he's a conductor and a composer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
I know.
a white conductor.
So I learned. I have learned something 2 weeks in a row from Saturday Night Live. So
I mean, that's the whole idea of the skit was having Jane Curtin on and then having Andrew Previn. It's actually no black guest on it, even though it's called Black Perspective.
Then we get Al Franken and Davis playing Pong.
Oh, Pong. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Wow. So we're getting through this fast.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think they remember the punchline being okay, but
Then we had Esther Phillips on again.
Yeah.
To close this out for the most part. The note I wrote after I'm listening to this, I would want, if you took that Esther Phillips then and put her, let's say, on American Idol or America's Got Talent, what would Simon Cowell be saying about that particular performance?
Get out for some grits or corn or something. Hey.
I know what he would be saying. He'd be saying, no.
Not grits. What would he feed sheep?
I can just pay. Is this a joke? Are you kidding?
My only note was like, again, sheep lady. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, with this episode, they actually didn't run out of time, and it was actually the first time that they did a goodbye with the guests and the cast.
Yeah.
And that was my
before
last.
Before that, when they had time, they actually just had the guests saying goodnight, but this time with the roses and everything, it was cool. I thought
it was cool.
Yeah.
That was my last night. We had the cast on the stage, and
Now, a little bit of trip. What are you LOLing at, Eric? Which part? An interesting bit of trivia about this was the lowest rated episode up to this point.
Wow.
And what Lorne Michaels attributed that to was whatever the programming was before. There was a movie, I guess their Saturday night movie that ran 15 minutes later. So this didn't come on until 11:50 or 11:45.
Preempted.
So it was preempted in the beginning, and Lorne Michaels had stated this was the lowest rated show, even though to me it was, it was good. I mean, I liked it, enjoyed it.
I think she was great, and she's great when she's in it again later in the season too.
Yeah.
Here's some trivia for you. about another preempted SNL. You remember when the XFL first started, when Vince McMahon had the XFL, and they had XFL games on Saturday night. NBC had it, and this game ran way over. And the guest that night during her peak was Jennifer Lopez. And I don't think that episode started till well after midnight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I heard back then that Lauren was really pissed, because the XFL was sucking wind anyway at this point, and it done pushed that episode too far back to do it. They were doing it live, but it just ran way too late.
That's ironic, considering that Saturday night's main event back in the 80s was on once a month and actually preempted Saturday Night Live. I mean, Saturday Night Live back then was only 3 weeks out of the month because of Saturday night's main event. But that was more, I don't think that was Lorne Michaels. It was Dick Ebersol, who was also part of NBC Sports. So,
and plus SNL usually runs like 3 weeks and then runs a repeat because it gives them a break.
Yeah.
And so they're basically just taking a rerun slot in a certain Saturday night's main event. And as a kid, I loved that. I mean, you got to see like Hogan and Paul Orndorff matches. It was great.
In the steel cage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we watched the same one. He would.
Yeah. I used to. I was back then. I was amazed that it was happening. They were actually taking Saturday Night Live off to show wrestling, but that just shows you how big wrestling had got. Because don't forget, remember before WrestleMania, you had Hulk Hogan and Mr. T were actually the hosts. Of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I love that episode.
Billy Crystal was one of the cast members.
He just loses
those thingies going up and down. Remember when Hulk Hogan was flexing his? I gotta be
Mr.
careful
T
what
cracks
I say.
up.
I don't want
to just laughs.
Yeah, I don't want to get us kicked off.
I think we're okay. I just think that similar sounding word threw us off tonight, which again makes me feel a lot better. So
I bet if we watched it with closed caption, that would probably answer it. It might. Those were the days.
Yeah,
you're right, Eric. It was. That was.
So.
Yeah, because I noticed that captions a lot of time it misspells things. And that's a terrible. a lot of time.
I mean, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live.
I
hadn't watched Saturday Night Live in a long time, but recently they gave me reason to. If we all know, if anybody who hasn't seen it so far, they mentioned the Monster Channel on their season. Was it? It was before the season. Was that the season finale, or was it?
Yeah. No. But one before.
Next to
the last.
Matt Damon.
So, there you go. And it's on YouTube. Look it up. It's look up Saturday Night Live, the Godzilla movie, whatever, and it's there. Yeah. And we still have no idea who on the Saturday Night Live staff or whoever is a fan of the Monster Channel, but
I still think the logo is just a coincidence. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a coincidence. Only because of them saying, "Yep, that's real." They know that the Monster Channel is out there. So
it was a nice little.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We'll take it.
I mean, they could have used a lot of other things. They could have Shutter,
made something up on the fly.
They could, but yeah.
The only thing I could think of is like the way it came across. Maybe they were like, we need to come up with a channel, and then maybe they do research whatever it is, and they probably said, we'll call it the Monster Channel. See if it's a real thing, and probably looked it up. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, but that's our logo, though. I mean, that's our logo. So.
Yeah, but they do that all the time, and it's it's not like we're gonna go after them and say, hey, you used our logo, you're gonna cost us a lot of money.
No, I mean they do that all the time. They use. They've used Disney Channel. I mean,
it's all in parody.
I know Bobby Moynihan's.
Oh,
I hope so.
Man, that'd be awesome.
There's got to be somebody there that's a fan that knows about this. To me, that was just. I mean, because if I did the research. I looked it up, and we did not come up as if you put horror, streaming channels. We didn't come up first. other things came up. So I mean, it's got to be somebody
Sure.
there that knows about the Monster Channel. You know, that wasn't random. I'm sorry.
No.
I won't believe that. You know, I keep hoping somebody on the staff of Saturday Night Live is a Monster Channel fan, and that's how it got.
You're welcome to do it again.
He's a friend of my show. So really,
It's freaking awesome.
oh wow.
Bobby
yeah.
Monahan.
All right, so Eric, you find out for us. You get an inside track there.
Well,
Okay.
I want to thank
Anyway.
Eric and Juke for
Yes.
staying with us on this
Hanging in
impromptu
there.
second airing of SNL season 1, episode 4, and maybe next week we'll have the review of episode 5 with Robert Klein. Stay tuned and find out. Check us out. Hey, we're not doing an actual watch along tomorrow night on the Monster Channel for Juke Show, or are we just chiming in on the comments?
For what show?
The one at 8:00 tomorrow on the Monster Channel.
Yeah, Dr. Circus.
Yeah, Zirkus. It's Dr. Zirkus.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
And then Chad and
then Saturday night for you know,
the Power Host take over the Monster Channel,
yeah.
which was originally a day-long epic.
I just don't know Saturday if I'm going to be back in time for the start of that. But y'all can
Oh yeah,
start.
because
Yeah.
fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to try to get back before 11:30. But if I'm not, then hopefully I'm not arrested. So
I don't know. I heard it's supposed to rain, so
Yeah.
live watch along.
Yeah, watch along.
yeah. So we'll
We'll
do it
see.
tomorrow night. You know, check us out about 7:50. I'll try to get us on early. We'll be here for the show, and yeah, why not? I don't.
Well,
I
how
don't
about
have-
the 4th though? What are we doing on the 4th?
No, that's what I'm
during the,
saying. If we
Yeah.
could, if Vintage is back in time, we could do a watch along of.
Oh, on the 4th, not tomorrow. I thought you were talking about tomorrow night, but
yeah,
Saturday
tomorrow night is we'll do
is Dr. Circus.
Dr. Zirkus show, and then
and Haunted Hotel and Dr. Ed.
Yeah, all those guys. 20.
It's all right, Vintage. You're going to get rained out, so you'll be here Saturday night. So.
do it. Well, or you can, excuse me, get one of y'all to set up, and you can start streaming early, and then I'll join y'all.
That's fine. We
Yeah,
can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We enjoyed the live watch alongs.
I've got nothing to do. I only have to program the damn channel. But
Yes, yeah. So I'll be back after the fireworks and stuff. And actually, I don't really plan on drinking while I'm out because it's 4th of July. I'm not a fucking idiot like I
Oh,
was
yeah.
in my 20s and 30s. So I'm I'll
New
drink
Year's.
when I get home.
no, I'll be sitting here drinking by my, just
Well, then,
watching my dog freak out all night.
I'll be enjoying the smoke from the fireworks.
we're probably confusing anybody that watches this on a replay once I get all the SNLs up coming out on Saturdays. Regardless, happy 4th of July, everybody. Check us out tomorrow night. About 7:50, we're going to try to do a live watch along with or a watch party, I should say, for the Monster Channel and Dr. Zirkus's show.
Yes.
So join us tomorrow night.
Will be there.
Let you know tomorrow night when we're doing Saturday night, and so on and so forth. Thanks again. I appreciate Juke and Eric sticking with us, and anybody that's watched after the fact. These issues happen. We're still figuring stuff out, but I figured out one word I can't use tonight. So that's a start.
Just one?
If that's it, I'd be surprised. But I mean,
No, I
Makes sense.
Yeah, I truly think it was misheard, and I think that's why
Warranted.
we got
Yeah.
flagged. Yeah, I feel confident in that. It really makes sense now with the timing and everything.
Maybe we should do a disclaimer in the beginning, in case things are misinterpreted by.
oh, I don't think Facebook doesn't care about that.
Yeah. Or if you're very
Our viewers, though, at least they'll know. Like, it was another one of those snafus. They didn't say that. No,
if
people
you're
feel all up in arms.
if if you got thin skin, this might not be the show for you to watch.
Oh boy, what we could say, you know.
Oh yeah,
We'll leave
yeah.
it at that.
And I probably have said it at some point. Well, Jenny's probably have said it, but anyway, guys, thanks again. This has been fun. We'll see you tomorrow night, and until then, peace out.
So.